Hello everyone, and welcome to another Starcraft 2 replay. This one's going to take place on Shattered Temple. I'm the Red Terran spawning in the 12 o'clock position. And the 6 o'clock we have CSO Tyrant, who has a perfect ladder ranking this season, although it's only like 4-0 or 5-0 or something like that. But he's a Masters League opponent, so I thought this might be an interesting match to commentate. Maybe see a little higher level play than we're used to. So he is scouting the close spawn as per normal. I'm checking for his overlord coming into my base. Don't spot it, so I'm going to be scouting the closest by ground position. I do arrive, and I don't spot any creep. One thing you want to do when you don't spot creep is to get out of there as soon as possible, because as soon as he sees my SCV, he's going to know I'm at 12 o'clock. So I kind of show my SCV to this overlord. And the way that timing works out is that overlord will be nearby. You could also look for that overlord just to ensure that he's cross map, but just the fact that I don't see the overlord coming in my side of my base, I'm pretty sure scouting the 9 o'clock would ensure that he's at 6 o'clock. So I take my fast expand here. I was wondering whether he actually saw it. Doesn't look like he did, which is kind of helpful. He was doing a lot of sitting around here waiting to see where my barracks was. So I did get first hit off here, so yeah. I don't have to worry about losing that battle. Although he does regenerate hit points where I don't, so it's kind of annoying. And looks like I've shooed him away. We'll check his vision once again, see if he's seen that expo. He still has not seen it, which is really interesting. Getting 2 overlord staff in good positions to scout, one near the expo to see when I take it, one at the back of my main to kind of float in to see what tech route I'm going. Bring the production tab for you guys. Look like speed has just started. Income tab pretty even at the moment, so that probably means I'm ahead. Now it's looking a little more even overall. Every orbital command you can kind of count as 4 harvesters just because of the way mules work. So if you got 2 orbitals and you're within 8 workers of your opponents, you're pretty much dead even. I only got 1 orbital, so I gotta stay within 4 to stay even. But that sort of stuff doesn't matter a whole lot because I am doing my Mass Raven build, which kind of takes all the standard comparison stuff and you just kind of throw it out. So I'm pushing out here with my Marines and SCVs. And I clear the tower and I continue pushing forward, feint and move back. However, this time it's not scary when he comes in at me. It's kind of interesting to see what we had here. Yeah, I think even if I engage with my SCVs in the front on auto repair, I mean, cost effectively wise, it might have been okay, but I think I still would have lost everything. So I end up losing these 3 Marines and had to pull all the way back. But then that kind of evens up the trade by throwing all his links into my fortress. It's lost tab, pretty low on both fronts, not that significant. I actually delayed him taking his 3rd because now he doesn't have the lings to take down these rocks really quickly. So that was a nice little bonus there. What's he producing? A lot of mutas and a lot of lings. I'm just getting my Viking out now, so either my Viking's late or he's early. No, my Viking's late. Missile turrets will be up in time though, that's good. Yes, I think they will. Ooh, a little dead zone here. Luckily that's usually the last place I hit. So he pokes in that side and spots the missile turrets and gets the heck out of there. And I totally forgot about my Viking. I thought I set up a patrol for it. Cause this is the next zone too, as I expected there to be an overlord in there. Oh well. So I had to do a little repair of that missile turret, and of course when you're done, make sure you get all your guys back on 3 on gas and whatnot. If you ever undersaturate your gas, it's pretty deadly for the Master Raven build, so I like to every periodically just check my gas, make sure I got the max saturation on each of them. And looks like I went 7-star port by accident. Usually I do 6, but whatever. Obviously that's 100 gas that can't go towards Ravens, that extra starport, but it also means I can get out my Ravens quicker so they can store up energy quicker. It means I can push out faster. All the good stuff. Is he actually clearing out my high yield rocks? That must have been a misclick, but thank you. Or maybe it's the most forward expansion that Zerg has ever done. So sending up my command center, and it doesn't get spotted, but then that kind of gives me free reign to send out my Ravens. So I'm going to send my Ravens towards them. I'm going to send my command center back, even if it attracts. You know, if he sends the mutas to defend the Ravens, then I get to take that expansion. If he sends mutas to kill his command center, then I can keep the mutas way out of position while my Ravens attack. I like to use these floating command centers when I take expansions just to get a feel for where his mutas are, because I don't really want my Ravens to get caught out of position. So if they do get caught, so I'm flowing as far away from his base as possible, and I scan, I come in, and I start throwing down missile turrets. And this is something I like to do now, is wall off the top of his ramp. It really works well versus like the double melee upgraded Zerglings, because once they get a surround, Zerglings do really well versus auto turrets. Only with the 2 melee upgrades. If they're unupgraded, auto turrets massacre them. But if they're upgraded, then I like to keep them swarmed up in corners like this. However, he's a roach base, which is something you rarely see from Zerg in TvZ, but he has it. And roaches do very well versus auto turrets. So I still haven't screwed up in this choke here. Since he's kind of clustered, I decided maybe some secret missiles would work. But I don't know. I'm throwing down like every piece of energy I have here to get these auto turrets up, and now the mutas have arrived as well, so he's got help on that front. Now he's got infestors as well. And yeah, it's time to get out of here. Luckily all his muta count's down, so I will be able to flee and survive. If the mutas survived, then all these Ravens would have a tough time surviving the retreat. But now I'm in trouble, because all his auto turrets did nothing except for hurt his army count a little bit, which isn't a big deal since he's on 5 bases right now, and I'm still only on 2 bases. Like, obviously he killed that expansion I was trying to send out. Got another command center on the go, but yeah, I'm 2 basing versus his 5, so I really need to get some damage done. And all my Ravens, while they lived, they use up every speck of energy they have, so they're all pretty dry in energy right now. Probably somewhere between 20 and 100 energy. And it looks like he's going to be pushing in. So I kind of don't really pay attention. I take some SCVs over here, put them on auto repair, move my Marines back, and then I just stop looking here. And I'm like, well, you know what? If his roaches are out of position, that means I got free reign with my auto turrets. I'm either going to have to force them back, or I'm going to or we can get into a base trade situation, which I don't mind when I got this auto turret thing going. So it looks like he checked my 3rd and it didn't exist. Now he's pulling in. Of course, I'm not microing any of this. We're doing okay here. Fortress is getting in on the action. Marines are getting a few kills. So I dwindled the force. Yeah, he's blowing his way in. One thing I did is re-rally my barracks over here, but he's already busted through the wall. So it looks like he's distracted elsewhere, but yeah, he's going to make short work of my Marine reinforcements, and this base is going to fall. However, at that time, I set auto turrets in his 5th, in his 4th, in his 3rd, in his natural, and now in his main base as well. Looks like the ones I did to wall off his ramp got caught by infestors, which kind of sucks, but yeah, that 5 base 2 lead is now like is now 1 base versus 0 basically, because this base is limited for time. It's too bad I have this thing with full mules, and I don't even think I ever lifted it up. At this point I'm trying to take my expansions. I feel like my main is dead, and my natural should be able to live. This Zergy is in trouble. He did actually have a 6th base I didn't even know about, so that didn't work out for me. Oh, Creeps right just in time. I was going to turn that into a fortress just to start picking away at a hatchery. You think fortress rushing a hatchery late in the game? I've done it probably 100 times. When I'm trying to expand everywhere and I notice like a hatchery going down, you know I'm attacking it with a fortress. The one nice thing is I think I've detected him all the way back. There goes the Roach Warren. I'm going to take... Oh, I should have auto-turreted this harder. I didn't notice those upgrades were finishing. But missile upgrades won't work if you can't make roaches. Same time it's taking down some of my star pots. I kind of split them. I put 3 over here and 3 over here, but it looks like they're all dying. Throwing down a lot of auto-turrets here. This will clean up his army. It'll save my starports, and it'll attack his last base. I have no idea whether that upgrade finished, but it doesn't matter, because he's detect back to absolutely nothing. You got a bunch of spores up, but that's not the best versus ravens, right? Because spores can't hurt the auto turrets. Trying to focus down this planetary fortress. I actually brought my ravens back to repair. Just since all of them are in the red, I'm like, okay, maybe that's a good idea, because one fungal could kill me. Normally I don't bother repairing ravens, because it costs you a lot of gas, and it's not like it helps your ravens produce any more energy. It just keeps them alive longer if they're a threat to dying. I mostly use their mobility and auto turrets to keep them alive, though. Just kind of keep them in safe zones. But with all of them in the red, I don't want to lose them all to one fungal, that's for sure. But I did get my 2nd base up, and I've saturated. I got the gas production going, so I can start making more ravens. I think I'm only down to, I'm down to 1 star for it, which kind of sucks. And those ravens are more or less healed up. Natural is kind of running out of minerals, but that's okay. I got 4K in the bank. So yeah, he did finish his 3-3 ups on his roaches, which is ridiculously powerful, but yeah, he leaves the game because
The hive cluster is under attack.
It's gonna happen sooner or later. Here it is. Comes his drone, tries to grab another expo, realizes I'm not mined out like he thought, and now he's like, okay, he's got 2 bases to my, like, struggling to get 1. So, he's in a lot of trouble. And I even have my, ravens on the path to scout this base, so that base is not going to live long. A bunch of auto turrets, and he's going to lose his mining base and his spawning pool once again. So, yeah, that was, obviously a major turning point in this game is after my first attack failed, his response. Remember, 5 base on 2 right now. And what do I get done with these auto turrets? How many drones do I kill? How much tech do I destroy? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But his mutas died, which means my ravens lived. And then he went for a counterattack and got first of all, lost a good amount of roaches. Like, I defended this a lot better than I thought, considering I wasn't even watching it. And secondly, had his roaches way out of position. When roaches out of position, you are getting auto-turreted in every single base. And it's kind of have to have this sort of smart decision-making with auto-turrets. Because obviously if his roaches were back, this would be stupid to throw these things everywhere. because it'd be cleaned up everywhere. Especially if he has, well, with roaches isn't a problem, but if he has like a mobile force of infestors or mutalisks, then this can be very dangerous, right? Because there's no safe zone. You're just throwing down 4 here, 3 here, 4 here. Against mutas, need to make a safe zone for your ravens. So you might say, okay, I'm going to turret this entire area with like 30 auto turrets. That way my ravens will stay alive and I can do some damage. But in a case like this, where I have nothing to worry about, oh, I'm spreading these auto turrets everywhere and I'm going to kill every single last drone that exists, or at least shut down the mining at every last base. So it's all about whether you need that safety of an auto turret clump or not, and whether these auto turrets will fall quickly. Like, do they need to protect each other, and do they need to protect the ravens? And if the answer is no, then you should just spread the auto turrets all over all his bases. So yeah, that was the turning point there. He killed my main and sacrificed all 5 of his bases in doing so, and went from being ridiculously far ahead to basically out of the game. Yeah, so, I don't know, nothing especially special about this match, except for that I think it was against a pretty decent Master League's opponent. Just because he has a clan tag, I assume he must be somewhat practiced. Anyways, with that, check out the thumbs up link in the description, and thank you everyone, and goodbye.